Growing up in America, it's really easy to assume that Black people can't achieve things if you don't see them achieve things. My experience growing into adulthood came with a sense of disillusionment because I recognized that the core of my culture didn't really align with dominant American culture. Like the things that motivate me and the reasons why I feel safe in community don't necessarily apply outside of my community. Realizing this as my community changed was pretty difficult. In honors classes, I was often the only Black student. In Black spaces, I was often the only queer person. On the surface, these don't seem relevant, but they do have pretty significant impacts on the ways that I navigate the world. Just as a small example, a lot of my friends in high school were women, and growing into college, that changed. The dynamic shifted. I didn't really understand why, because my attraction didn't play a role in my relationship with the women that I was friends with. But in heteronormative spaces, there's often an assumption that that's the dynamic. Racial identity is easier to notice in America. Oftentimes, the first thing people see about me is that I'm Black. Sometimes this comes with assumptions about what my culture is, and then I need to debate whether fighting those assumptions is worth my time. Sometimes people are more accepting of a caricature of me than they are of my competent self. If I need to navigate dominant culture, I need to debate whether it's worth staying. Will being in this space actually give me access to community, or will it constantly be an uphill battle? For the past year and a half, most of my relationships have existed online. Physical community is very helpful for grounding. Without access to that, though, online community has been very, very helpful. Not every community is going to have your best interest, though. If your first experience with community is with people who don't have your best interest, I'm not sure how you would know. Growing up Christian exposed me to selective interpretation of group belonging, just philosophically. Some people would see me and evoke the concept of sin and approach our relationship as if their forgiveness were charity. I forgive you for being born a sinner. Other spaces were more like, Jesus figured that all out. We don't need to do stuff. You're welcome to come in. As we continue to have discussions about white supremacy and Christian nationalism, it is very important to relate to the dynamics. This isn't to say that Black supremacy or atheist nationalism would be preferable. There's a lot that can be deconstructed about our relationship to the philosophies that we were raised with. Also, there are a lot of ethnic backgrounds in America. Not all Black people grew up as African Americans. There are so many denominations of Christianity. If you find two Christians, you're not going to have them agree on every single point of the Bible. Trying to tackle white supremacy and Christian nationalism is too big. Personally, I'm pretty thankful that I've had my experience with American history. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to learn it in high school, and I had the opportunity to learn about government and politics. I took an advanced placement government and politics course, which was very helpful for understanding what's going on. I know a lot of us want to focus on just making it from day to day and not think about the stuff that's outside of our walls. Kids in America are dying in schools. Think about how you would feel as a parent. We gotta do a little bit more.